Hey, welcome everybody to Tom and Jandy Talk Hoops, the game show edition. The South Dakota Boys State Tournaments get started on Thursday. The AA tournament in Rapid City, the A tournament at the Premier Center in Sioux Falls, and the Class B tournament as usual at the Barnett Center in Aberdeen. Our contestant today, welcome him in please, everybody. A young man from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Jandy?
Jandy.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jandy.
Well, I like high school basketball, and my name is actually Jason. It starts with a J, and my last name is Andera. Starts with and, so people call me Jandy. Yeah! Woo!
If your middle name is Andy, that would be cooler, but that's a great name. Jandy, great to have you with us here.
It's awesome to be here.
All right, we're going to do this starting with the State B tournament, Jandy.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
We have the top 6 answers on the board. We asked 100 South Dakota high school basketball fans who is most likely to take over the State Bs. Jandy.
It's got to be Joe Seiler of White River.
Joe Seiler is on the board, the number 2 most popular answer.
Yeah, it had to be him. 29 points per game this year, Tom, as a sophomore. He can shoot inside, outside. White River's used to being at the state tournament. He's not going to have any nerves. He's going to take it over.
All right, 5 answers remaining. Who is most likely to take over the Bs?
I'm going to say, it's got to be Kaylin Gary. Good answer.
Please punch
Good
in.
answer.
Please punch in with your answer.
It's got to be Kaylin Gary.
Kaylin Gary is the number 1 most popular answer.
It's got to be. I mean, this guy's just a junior. As a freshman, he took his team all the way to a title game. Didn't win against Clark Willow Lake, but scored 22 points per game, more than anybody else in the tournament. And this year, he's shooting like 47% from 3. So,
DeSmet.
good answer.
Kaylin Gary.
Yep.
4 answers remaining. Who is most likely to take over the B tournament?
I'm going to say,
Jandy.
I'm going to go with the number 2 seed Canastota, somebody from their team. Let's go Tice Ortman.
Tice Ortman is on the board, the number 5 most popular answer.
I was thinking it would be Tice Ortman or Chase Merrill. Both of them average about 17 a game, but I'm feeling Tice Ortman in this tournament.
All right, 3 answers remaining. Jandy, who is most likely to take over the Bs?
How about Connor Libas?
Connor Libas is number 3.
I forgot about Connor Libas because he's usually not in the state tournament, but he's the number 3 scorer all time from Del Rapids St. Mary, and he's going to be absolutely great as a senior in this thing. He's got to be.
All right, Kaylin Gary, Joe Seiler, Connor Libas, Tice Ortman. There are 2 answers remaining. Jandy.
It's got to be Grady Sherman of Viborg.
Grady Sherman is the number 4 most popular answer.
Yeah, he won the game ball earlier this year. He plays sometimes and you just forget that he's compiling stats because he gets so many points off of offensive rebounds and his inside game. But he's a 2015 type of guy. I think he can take over.
What is a game ball?
Midco SN game ball. Come on, everybody knows what the game ball is.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Those are the top 5 answers. There's still one
more.
remaining. Who will most likely to take over the Bs? Jandy.
Toby Estes of Lyman. Sometimes people forget about him.
Lyman is in the tournament. I'm sorry, that is not one of the top 6 answers, however. 1 strike. Jandy.
Brian LaRoche Jr. of Lower Brule. His dad's the coach.
Excellent answer, but I'm sorry again.
Well, the only other team out there we haven't talked about is Aberdeen Christian, and their leading scorer is Malik Weaker. They've got a lot of good players, plenty of guys who average double digits. But what about Malik Weaker?
I'm sorry, that is not on the board. Not one of the most popular 100 answers. That is
it's 3 strikes.
I'm sorry. The remaining answer, Jandy, is COVID-19.
COVID-19.
COVID-19. Why would COVID-19 take over this tournament, Tom? I think it's under control. I think those people are crazy out there. Okay. Good answer, though. Good answer.
All right, we're going to move on to the South Dakota Boys Class A tournament, Jandy. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be, Tom.
Top 5 answers on the board. We asked 100 married men to fill in the blank. The Class A tournament is going to have blank. Jandy.
It's got to be Star Power.
Star Power is on the board. It's the number 3 answer.
Got to be Star. There's so many stars in this tournament. Jacob Dobney of Vermilion. Oliver Vincent's about a 25 point per game guy from Sioux Valley. And of course, Paul and Isaac Bruns, both 20-point guys. I mean, Paul is actually a 30-point-a-game guy. Plus, you got Xavier Van Beek, Drayton Preby. I mean, there's so much talent in this tournament. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, star power is off the board. Still 4 answers remaining. The Class A tournament is going to have blank. Anyone? Jandy.
Revenge games.
Revenge games is the number 4 most popular answer.
Yes, there's a lot of potential for revenge games. Sioux Valley could see Dakota Valley on Friday night. Those two played in the Hanson Classic earlier this year. What about anybody in the DAC-12 between Del Rapids and Vermilion right away on Thursday night? That was the closest game this year for Vermilion. Did you know that? Was against Del Rapids, a 2-point game, and they square off in the quarters on the first game of the night. There's all kinds of potential with these teams playing each other.
And Sioux Valley beat Dakota Valley?
No, Sioux Valley's only loss was
to Dakota Valley,
and they could see each other on Friday night. And then you got Dakota Valley, who could see either Sioux Falls Christian or Vermilion in the finals. All these DAC-12 teams. I mean, a lot of revenge game potential.
Okay, all right, we get it.
All right.
Games is off the board. There's still 3 answers on the Class A tournament. We'll have blank. Jandy.
I'm going to say close or, a lot of competitive games.
Intensity, competitiveness. Can we get a ruling on that? Yes.
Yeah.
That is the correct answer. That's the number 2.
Good answer. Good answer. Yeah, definitely be some close games in this tournament. How about slow games, boring pace to the game?
I'm sorry, that is a bad answer and not a.
Oh, this is Class A. That's right. Everybody scores over 70 points per game.
Okay,
that's right.
That's strike 1.
Bad
Still
answer.
2 answers on the board for the Class A tournament.
How about teams that just can't handle the pressure?
Another horrible answer that is not on the board. That's strike 2.
I got it. How about some teams, some maybe new blood to win it all, and some new teams that might win it all?
A new champion?
A new champion.
A new champion is the number 1 answer in our poll of 100 married men.
Well, I mean, you look at the last, 10 years, it's been pretty much Madison, T, St. Thomas More, who was in the tournament, but I probably won't win it all. We'll see. Sioux Falls Christian, they have their best player out of this tournament. Noah Van Donker's good. I think they're going to have trouble winning it. The 3 favorites here, Dakota Valley, Sioux Valley, Vermilion, they haven't won this thing in the last 30 years, Tom, so we should see a new champ.
All right, top 4 answers are off the board, Jandy. There's 1 answer left in the top 5. The Class A tournament will have blank.
They always have a great spread in the media room.
You've already had 2 bad answers, and that is your 3rd strike.
Oh, yeah, because of COVID-19.
You might get a ham sandwich. All right, still 1 answer on the board, and you did not get
What is it?
number 5. Fans who want refs to call more traveling.
That should have been the number 1 answer, Tom. I hear that
could have been.
every time I go to a gym.
Especially from the men who go to these tournaments, and over the back. Will be screamed out.
Over the back. 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
All of those. All right.
Yeah.
Jason, well done.
One more.
All right, we're going to move on to the South Dakota AA Boys State Tournament. The top 7 answers, 7 of them now on the board, Jandy. We asked 100 single women, name something you need to bring with you to have a successful tournament in the AA's. Anyone? Jandy.
Matthew Moores.
Matthew Moores is the number 1
Yes.
answer. Who is Matthew Moores and why?
Well, Matthew Morris is a young man who's done pretty well for himself at Yankton over the years. He might be called a generational player. Had a state championship under his belt as a freshman. As a sophomore, maybe got robbed a little bit in the semifinals against O'Gorman.
That's
Yankton?
not how you said it in rehearsal, but yes,
Yeah.
you get your point.
Yeah, and then last year wasn't able to play in the state tournament, so I think you need Matthew Morris to have a successful tournament.
A generational player. What do you consider a generation? 20 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
2025.
All right. Top answers off the board.
Okay.
Something you have to have a successful tournament in the AA's. Jandy.
Senior leadership.
Senior leadership it did make the board. Number 6 most popular answer.
Seniors. You look at all these teams in the field, and they're all led in scoring by seniors, except for Aberdeen Central, who doesn't bring a senior on the roster, by the way. They're at this thing with all underclassmen. Reese Burkhardt, their best player, out because of injury. He is a senior. But other than that, all these teams have seniors as their leading scorers.
Not just seniors, but senior leadership.
And you have to be a leader, yeah.
All right, 2 answers off the board. Still 5 remaining in the AA tournament to have a successful tournament. Jandy.
How about great coaching? Great coaching. You always have to have great coaching.
Great coaching is the number 4 most popular answer.
Obviously, you play 3 games in 3 days. These teams have all seen each other in AA. You really have to be able to adjust throughout the tournament, so had to be great coaching.
Not just coaching, great coaching. All right, there's still 4 answers on the board.
I'm going to say...
Please buzz in. Jandy.
I'm going to say it is St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to go with a little bit of luck.
Luck is on the board. It's the number 3 most popular answer.
I mean, you play these tournaments a couple times through, and I think they would result a little different every time. You need a little luck on your side. You got to bring that with you to the AAs.
Right. 3 answers remaining in a successful wow.
Remaining.
AA tournament.
How about defense? Defense. You got to have defense in AA.
Really good defense. Defense/energy.
Energy. Got to bring energy. There's 3 teams that average allowing less than 50 points per game. You got Harrisburg, you got Yankton, and Roosevelt. That's a key to success in this thing, is really holding the team. And I think when you talk about individual defenders, Washington has the best chance because they can guard all positions. So I think those 4 teams are set up really well defensively.
Side question, why are AA games so low scoring?
Because of defense, Tom. They coach defense.
2 answers remaining for a successful AA state tournament.
2 answers?
Top 7 on the board.
I don't know. Bring snow tires because of the recent snow. There's always snow at the
I
AAs.
think you gave that answer before, and it's still a wrong answer.
How about got to bring your own fans? Good answer.
That is a really good answer, but it is not in our top 7 when we asked 100 single women.
Those two need to bring
2 strikes.
extra pair of socks, Tom. I don't know.
Again, I think you brought this up before, and we shot it down violently. Wrong answer again, Jason. That's strike 3. I'm sorry.
What did I miss?
Do you have any other thoughts on this?
Well,
2 answers remaining of the top 7.
I have 3 strikes. I obviously don't.
Number 5, consistency.
Oh, consistency.
Your bad answers have been very consistent, but what are you talking about?
You need
in
consistency.
A basketball sense?
I think consistency is one thing that Washington really had throughout the year. I think O'Gorman had consistency down the stretch. They didn't depend on three-point shooting, but they got a little bit of it. I think teams that don't depend on that outside shot, who really get their points on the inside out, those are the teams that are consistent. Tom.
And play 3 good games in a row.
And you got to play 3 good games in 3
to win
days.
the state championship.
Yeah, that's a good one. What else do we got up there?
The other answer you did not come up with was Tom Nieman.
Oh yeah, you need Tom Nieman. That's a great thing to bring with you to the AAs because we need to go cover it, Tom. And just think about maybe heading out there for us.
If you want to finish 7th, Tom's your man. All right. Jandy.
All right.
Today's final category. We're going to switch game shows a bit here, but our final category is something you're very familiar with.
What is it?
Crockpot cooking. Just kidding. High school sports, Jason.
Oh, high school sports. My lucky day. All right, I'm going to wager. Okay. All right.
Here's the answer. You must give me your response in the form of a question.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Are you ready? The 3 teams that will have a happy welcome home party this coming Sunday, March 21st.
Ready.
All right. Jason, our answer was the 3 teams that will have a happy welcome home party this coming Sunday.
You can see I've got DeSmet, Dakota Valley, and Yankton.
DeSmet, your Class B champion. Tell us why.
Well, it goes back to star power. They did it so well 2 years ago with basically the same roster that they have this year. Got all the way to the championship game. They've not lost a game in Class B yet this year. They're only lost to Sioux Valley. I think they're the heavy favorites in Class B.
DeSmet Bulldogs. Your second answer.
Dakota Valley. Dakota Valley has a couple losses this year. I think they've learned from those losses. They've gotten much better over the last month of the year. And they've got Paul Bruns. He averages 30 points a game. He will not disappoint in this tournament. It's going to be a tough road because they're going to probably have Sioux Valley on Friday night and then probably a rematch against maybe a Vermilion or a team like that on Saturday night, but I think they get it done.
And your choice for AA for a happy, victorious welcome home party on Sunday, the Yankton Bucks.
They had one a few years back, but it's been a while. And Yankton's going to capture another one again because of star power. I mean, Matthew Morris probably has the least talent around him that he's had over the last 4 years, but he has just gotten better and better, and he's going to lift that group. Rugby Riken and Jaden Krull are going to come to play. The seniors with Trevor Fitzgerald and Aiden Feeser, they're going to step it up, and I think Matthew Morris will bring home the win.
You picked the 3 teams with who you think are 3 great players despite all these other factors we talked about.
Well, they have the defense too, remember? They got consistency. They got great coaching. They got it all, Tom.
Jandy, welcome again, and thank you for playing. Collect your prizes on the way out.
Parting gifts.